Well, hello there YouTube, my name is GalaWOTs and today we are back, and this time I'm featuring a 183 battle I had a little earlier. And as you can see, it's a really nice matchup. I'm a top tier tank. There's only one other top tier tank on my team, and that's an RT I've just platooned up with in the game. And on the enemy side there's an IS-7 and a Batchet. So there's not too much RT, and that's why I also am gonna push up a little later, because I'm not too afraid of getting completely bombarded by arty. And I frankly don't want to be camping over in the corner down there by JK the area, because it's not worth it to be camping there all the time. I just find it too boring to be camping that far back, so we're gonna move up in a little while when I realize now we can't hit any of these guys. And another tank I bought earlier today is this M4190, and I'm probably gonna feature that later, the Shadow of World of Tanks, because it's basically an M41 Bulldog with a 90mm, a little bit more health, and just a slight bit less mobility. But it's really fun to play, and it has a really nice dark paint job, and that's why I call it the Shadow of World of Tanks. But we're probably gonna see that in another time, and it's a pretty good tank as well. But now let's focus on this battle, because the 183 is a really strong tank with a really huge gun. You just do not want to be on the other side of this gun. But there's a lot of light tanks, and they could easily spot me by just poking over the edge, and I'm really afraid of that. But if I get to this position here, I might just be under the line of sight of the medium light tanks. That's why I look back all the time, and still be able to shoot up upon the hull. And if I was in a tank with a faster reloading gun, I would probably be shooting that building right there, so I would have an easier shot up upon the hill. But I can't, because this tank only has 12 shells, and they're all pretty important, and we're gonna get to use them all in this battle. Spoiler alert. But you can see I have loaded my HES shells from the start of the game, because I want to really just get some damage out. I'm trying to do the last oh, that's nasty. 1850 damage on that M103. Get one shot. And C10 in my chat is like, nice shit, mate. But I'm trying to get my mission, the last mission for the Object 260 tank destroyer mission done, where I have to do 2000 damage. And then Mr. T10, nah, he fell back, and you can see if I had destroyed that if that building in front of me was destroyed, that would be really helpful, because I would be able to hit him anyway. But of course, the T10 went a little too much forward, and it cost him his life. Another 1300 damage or so, and he's like, phew. Seems legit, yes, indeed very legit, because tanks. Trying to get shots at this IS-7, but I can't really, once again, because of that motherfucking building. And then I get spotted by the LCTB while it goes over the railroad. But I'm not too afraid, because the enemy arty doesn't hit that hard. And I spot a T-30. If I shoot one of these shell into the side of T-30, you can be pretty sure he's dead. And I make a giant mistake to blind fire that shot, because it's really not worth it to waste such an important HES shell in this battle on a not spotted target. And I could have used that shot when he's gonna be spotted in a couple of seconds again. Because there, he's spotted again, and we can see he fell back. And now I want to shoot him again. But then he gets unspotted. I'm like, yeah, he must be right there. And it might have hit him, might have hit his track and just not penetrated and did maybe 800 damage, or it might just have missed. We don't know, but that was a little better shot to take than the one before it. But right now I'm wondering, I mean, is there anything I can really hit here? There's only one tank up on the hill, that's the IS-7, and everything else is light tanks and tank destroyers basically. And those are gonna be hard to hit. And I don't really have that much backup. We have an E50 over there. We have a tank destroyer camping in the back. A few tanks around me, but it's not really the huge backup. It's pretty even battle right now, 5 to 6. We haven't lost too much health left, but I do not want to get hit by that arty, and taking into account it's an autoloader, I have to move right now. Took a shot at the IS-7 and it missed. And luckily for me, this enemy Batchat RT isn't really having his luck today, because he can't really hit me. You can see all the giant bulbs in the ground here just trying to fire at me, but he can't hit, so good stuff. Once again trying to get a shot on the IS-7, but nah, it's not really possible. Even though we have a light tank going to spot him right now because I'm pinging the map, and we actually have some really nice teamwork in this battle. I mean, when I ping the map to get something spotted, the light tanks really go and spot the places I ping. That's really awesome. But I just couldn't hit that guy. I can hit that object 704 though. Damn. Hello, my friend. You want some of this? And there's a little spot here. And he decides to stop, and that costs him his life. 1211 damage. Boom. And the leopard once again goes lol in the chat, and you killed 3 people. Yes, I did indeed. And of course, if I hadn't killed that guy, we would probably have cost our maybe it was killed our arty or the tank destroyer, or maybe just killed our light tank over there, but it would probably have caused a little bit of problems if that object 704 hadn't been destroyed. But he definitely did get destroyed, and I was lucky I high rolled. This tank does 1150 average damage with its AP shells, and I did 1211. It's not that huge of a roll, but still about only 35% of the time I would kill with that shot. But I'll take it. And I've actually tried earlier today, where I fired at an E5 with an HES shell, and that shot did 2106 damage. And goodbye, Mr. IS-7. That was a pretty lucky hit into the back of the IS-7. And then the T-54 you want on the enemy side is like, oh my god, if we kill all. And I don't know if he actually is gonna regret those words later on. And the leopard goes, this FV mate. But the enemies are a pretty good sport. They ain't spamming the chat with oh my god hugger and fucking overpowered and all that kind of stuff like many people probably would. And to be fair, I do once in a while, but not this time. And for some reason the enemy RT isn't hammering me with shells. And I really want this RU to die, because if we can kill the last 2 enemy light tanks, and there goes one of them, just got wrecked by the Fush, then we are up against basically tank destroyers and an RT and a medium tank, and the medium tank is the most mobile one, so basically we are up against more stationary tanks, and that's gonna be a huge help for me, because they'll make it a lot easier to actually take out the enemies. We only have 5 shells left, and there is 6 enemies left. Now there's only 5, because that light tank that I really wanted to get killed, the leopard just like he knew what I was thinking, went in and killed him without taking any damage himself, really, only a little bit of ram damage, and that's really nice, and that's why I say nice in chat, because he did completely the right thing in that situation. So now we're up against slow, fat tank destroyers, and a little bit of medium tank and RT, and that's really where we want to be, because they ain't gonna be outflanking me that easily, and that basically means that the enemies are gonna be in front of me and not to my sides, and as long as they're in front of me, they are in front of my gun, and that's gonna cost them their life. There's only 6 minutes left now. So this battle has been going on for 9 minutes already, and this is one of the maps where the battles can get a little long and a little boring. But I must say this battle isn't really boring at the end. That wouldn't really be fair to say. And we're gonna see in a couple of seconds. I pinged the map because I want those Waffenträger spotted by the Fush, but the Fush dies. I auto-aim because I thought he was, but there's a train in the way, and that caused my shell to miss, and that's really unfortunate. I would really have liked those 1000 damage, and taking out of, or taking 75% off that really dangerous tank destroyer, but instead I made a mistake, auto-aim, and missed. And now I tell the leopard to go spot, and he's like, at the same time I said that, he is I go spot, and that's really awesome. And my RT is ready to fire in that area. And I don't really know what's going on with that T-54E1. Where is he gone? What's he doing right now? I was a little nervous from him popping up and shooting me in the side, but yeah, he just seems to have disappeared. But the Waffenträger has disappeared as well, both of them, because they were big. Both of them were spotted over there earlier, and the Leopard can't spot them, which is a little weird. And then the cap starts, and I realize, oh shit, those Waffenträgers has gone around and gone into the cap. So now I have to rethink this situation. We have a Leopard over on that side, he can shoot them in the back, spot him maybe, that's pretty nice. We have a Waffenträger behind me, he's not really gonna be much help right now, but he might be when he moves up, and we have to have our RT shoot the cap. And the enemy RT gets spotted, but of course the Leopard can't go after him because he's on low health, and if he went over the edge, the Waffenträgers in the cap would shoot him. So, and there we have one of the Waffenträgers, and we have to decap, of course. But I can't stand this side of the track because my gun depression isn't good enough for that. And ooh, he just destroyed the building, but it was not enough for me, enough time for me to be able to shoot the Waffenträger. And then another shell comes in through the RT because autoloader RT, and it splashes him, so the cap gets halfly reset. And I decide, you know what, I have to go in and kill this Waffenträger. And you will start noticing now that I stop once in a while for no apparent reason really, and that's because my and he bounced, boom, and he decided to go backwards. If he just kept going around, I wouldn't be able to kill him, but you can see right now I keep stopping, and that's because my keyboard is fucking up. I mean, I shouldn't have been sitting in front of that enemy Waffenträger for so long, but my keyboard kept fucking up and I couldn't go forward. And you will see that later on in a really intense moment where that happens as well. And I say I'll kill this Waffenträger because, I mean, I have the gun and I have the alpha damage to take him out. And it's really fortunate that I bounced the shell from the other Waffenträger because then I can actually take a shell. And now we're up against an RT and the T-54E1, but now we know what he did. He went around and he took out our RT, and our RT says sorry, but it's really not his fault. If you did the job, yes, I did because I had to. Who else would have really done it now? And we find the enemy RT, and this is a little awkward because there's 2 minutes left of the game, and oh damn it, totally tricked me there, but nah, you fuck mate, boom, take that. 7 kills, 1 minute and 50 seconds left, and my heart was really racing. You can see my tank keeps stopping all the time because my keyboard just doesn't want to go forward. We have to take out that enemy T-54E1 and if we want to win this battle, because I frankly don't think we have enough time to cap really. This is encounter and it will take 200 seconds for us to cap, and yeah, that's 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and we just don't have time for that. And you can see my tank keeps stopping because my keyboard is fucking up. And I tell my team I have 1 shot left. Luckily for me, the Waffenträger puts a giant shell into the T-54E1. My tank keeps stopping. It's annoying. Please don't. There's 1 minute left. And I'm like, alright, now you go forward, tank. And I really press down the W key really hard right here, because I want to go forward and I want to kill this guy. And it's really nice that my Waffenträger has so much health left. That means, at least if I die, we won't lose. But I have no intent of dying. There's 40 seconds left of this game. I have 7 kills. I'm gonna get my Radley Walters. And because I have 1 shell left, and if this shell kills the last enemy tank, I get Faden's medal for killing the last enemy tank. I'm coming for ya, Mr. T-34E1, 54E1, hello motherfucker, and he's like, no, boom, you dead. So, DFV-183, I mean, this tank can be a pain in the ass when it's on open maps, because it's hard to get a shot. I really like it in city maps. But I guess it can shine on open maps once in a while as well. And yeah, let's go take a look at the post-game stats, shall we? And as you can see, after that heart-racing battle, and so intense, I mean, I'm happy. I'm really happy that I managed to win that battle, and God, we fucked that guy. We killed 3 of his crew with that one shell, that one-shot DM103. But anyway, we got the tank ace, just some nice stickers, 73,000 credits. That's pretty good in a tier 10 tank, and 5,175 XP for a ×3 event. We got the Fadian's medal for killing the last enemy with the last shell in the game, and we got the Radley Walters for our 8 kills. Of course, the high caliber for our 7,248 damage, and the Top Gun goes together with the Radley Walters. And out of the 12 shells we have, we managed to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, we can just check that right here. We managed to hit 8 shells, 8 I8 mate. But it's really unfortunate that I missed both of those 2 shells in the T30, because if one of them had hit, I'd got the last tank destroyer mission for the Object 260 done, and that mission is you have to do 8,000 damage. But I can't be too mad, and nearly all my snipes from long distance basically hit, so I did over nearly 5,000 from distance. And for some reason I got 2,100 spotting damage. And you can also see every tank I hit I also killed. And that's basically because I didn't fire a single shot in that battle that didn't kill the enemy target. Because 183, right? And we got 1,150 base XP, and after the battle a lot of the players on my team, I think 3 or 4, were like, hey man, well done. And you can see, for example, the Leopard player and of course my platoon arty, which I just came in platoon with in the game. They sent a chat message and they were saying, well, good job man, you won that battle for us. And basically I couldn't have done it without him spotting, and with his support and some of the other light tanks and medium tanks who spotted for me. And this Waffenträger, he did 5,000 damage. I mean, he was really important for the team as well. And you can see many of the enemy team players did really well, but they just didn't do well enough to beat us. So yeah, it's basically it for this time. I'm really happy I had this battle in the 1-3, and I've had the 1-3 for a little while now. I played nearly 100 games in it, and I thought it was finally time for me to show a game to you. And I hadn't gotten my tank ace in the first, was it 96 battles? Then I got my tank ace, and then the battle after that I got this. So I couldn't get my tank ace the first 96 battles, but then I got 2 in a row because reasons. So that's all for this time. I hope you enjoyed, and next time I'll hopefully be featuring the TVP T50/51. I've had this one for a little longer time. I've had some really nice battles in it, but unfortunately I just haven't gotten the battle I wanted to show to YouTube yet. I have gotten 7,500, 600 damage games in it, but that was the last patch, and I'm an idiot, so I can't download the last patch and show it from that, because, well, I've tried everything, but I can't really get it working. But anyway, that's all for this time. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time with this giant beast. Peace.